Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to our Hobbit series here on this channel. We've got the fourth of our groupings done, or not done. This is the fourth of these. We've got Goblin Cave. Again, these are all by Blobz. I'm going to go through this thing and read through all the stuff, what have you. Just as a quick start to this thing, this again is going to be one of the harder ones. Well, as hard as I have seen so far. So this is another 3 out of 5. So we might have a little bit of work to do here. But with that said, let's do our little intro here and we'll get going with the rules. So, all right, so the goblins seized Bilbo and the dwarves and hurried them along. It was deep, deep dark, such as only goblins that have taken to living in the heart of the mountains can see through. The passages there were crossed and tangled in all directions, but the goblins knew their way. All right, so let's jump into our rules, and we do have some digits from the previous puzzle, again, that we need to use, but I've got them written down. I'll put those in when we start the solve. So if you don't want to do that, to go back and look at the previous puzzle, you can just check this video out at the beginning there, and I'll put those in. You can just copy them in down. So, normal Sudoku. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. Begin by filling in digits for the runes from the previous puzzle. Like I said, these guys here, we have given digits from the previous puzzle. We can put those in, and I will when we start this. Now, cells are either wall cells or cave cells. All diamonds and circles are wall cells. All cages are cave cells. Okay, so all of these are being labeled as wall cells. All of these are being labeled as cave cells. Now we'll use coloring to determine these. Probably I'll use like a gray color for the walls and like a green for the cave, the passages essentially. Well, use 2 colors to shade the puzzle such that, and there's a few of them here, so we're gonna have to try to remember all this stuff. A, each wall segment is an orthogonally connected group of cells where at least one cell touches the edge of the grid. Okay, so like in this case, these guys are part of a wall segment. We don't know that this is the only bit of it. It could extend, I guess. But it does also touch the perimeter, which is the edge of the grid. Now, let's say these guys were connected together. It would have to find some way to the edge of the grid. Like it could just do that, and that would be acceptable. All right. B, each wall segment includes exactly 1 diamond, okay, and contains the digits 1 to n with no repeats, where n is placed in the diamond. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diamonds. So it looks like we're going to have 5 wall segments because we have 1 diamond per. And it looks by what this is saying that the sections of wall are going to essentially act as a Renban, starting from 1 and going up to however many cells the wall size is. And that final digit will go in the diamond. So let's say this guy did this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means the diamond would be the 6, and then the other digits would be 1 through 5. Okay. C, no 2 diamonds contain the same digit. Okay, so all these walls, all 5 of them will be of different size. D, digits in circles match the number of orthogonally adjacent cave cells. Okay. So let's say this guy here, whatever its digit is, it has to represent how many cave cells there are. Well, that are orthogonally adjacent. Well, there are 3 possibilities. This is part of a wall, so it can't be part of it. So this could go up to a 3 by that logic, where if these were all cave cells. And then, of course, something like this could have 3. Is there any case where there's a 4? I guess, well, it's probably not ever going to happen, but you could have, technically, I guess, those guys all be wall, or cave, I mean. But we know that's not true, but whatever. Anyway, that was D. E is digits in cages, which are we said were cave cells from the earlier one. Match the number of cave cells, including itself, that are seen orthogonally from that position. Walls block vision. Okay. So let's say we had this as a all the cave cells that are seen from this particular vantage point. And we know these are walls here, so that would be the max that this guy could see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this guy could be a 7, essentially, is what that's saying, because it could see all of these until it hits walls. Okay. F, the cave is a single orthogonally connected area. Okay. So the cave will be some grouping of digits that are all touching each other. Now, it didn't say the walls are, so it's, no, can't be the walls, because the walls each have their own segment lengths, so they do not all touch together. Okay. So the cave itself will do something, who knows what. I'm just putting stuff in for randomly, but it will be orthogonally connected in all of them. And then finally it says, note that 2x2 areas of all wall or all cave are allowed. Okay, so we don't have that negative constraint where you can't have a 2x2 of all of one type. All right, well, that's a lot of things to remember. We're going to try to do it. We'll probably have to scroll up and down a little bit to try to keep us looking in the right direction. But those are all the rules. Now, like usual, the link to this one is going to be in the description below. Also, the link to all of the other puzzles that come before this one are going to be in the link in the description below as well. So you can, if you haven't done any of those, go back, look at those puzzles, do those, go watch my videos on those other puzzles. That would help me out. And then you can just kind of do them in order until you get caught up again or something like that. But anyway, let's get into this thing, because it looks like it's going to take us a few minutes, and I've already babbled on for about 7 minutes, so or whatever it's been. But with that said, let's get going on this thing. Let's get into our next portion of our adventure. All right, so we're going to just start by putting in our runes. I almost forgot about it. Now, this guy here was 4. You were, put it on the right thing. 4, 8, 6, and 9 are the runes that I had. So now let's fill in our walls and our caves and start thinking about how we can make all this work. Now, wall again, we're going to say are gray. I'm going to make cave green. Good. Now, what were all these rules we had to look at? Each wall segment has 1 diamond, contains the digit 1 to n. Yeah. No 2 diamonds. Distance. Okay, digits and circles match the number of orthogonally adjacent cave cells. I think that's where we need to start. Let's think up here and just kind of go down the list. This has to be a 1, because it has to be able to see, well, it can only see 1 cave cell, and it can't be a 0. It's normal Sudoku. We don't have zeros. So this is 1, which means this is cave. This guy could be 2 or 3. This guy can only be 1 or 2, and it can't be 1 anymore because we can't repeat digits. So this is 2, which means this is 3, which means this is cave. And this has to also be cave because of the 2. So we have our first wall segment done. And this one now has to be 4 because it is the size of the wall segment is in the diamond. Good. These guys would be 1s, 2s, or 3s. 1, 2, 3. We already said it couldn't be 4, but even without that, there's no way these are going to be, because you'd have a separated or segregated piece of wall that can't look at a diamond. So that's never going to happen. So these are all, I guess we just type in 1s, 2s, and 3s on all of these, and then remove options as needed. Like these are not 3 because of our Sudoku. This is not 2. This one is already seeing 1. 2, 3, 1 or 2. This guy can only be 1. I guess it would have made more sense just to go through them individually, but because it can only see this one as a cave, so it has to be there. This has to be 2 now, and it has to see both of these. That forces this to be a 1. So it sees one of these, but I don't know which one yet. This guy, yeah, these can't repeat because they're in the same wall segment. So this is 3, which means these are wall or a cave. I might mix that up a few times. This guy here can't be a 3 because it can only possibly see 2. These guys could be, but you can't be a 1. Okay. What more? This guy, well, I guess he can be anything from 4 and up at this point because this wall could extend in a lot of places. You could be 1, 2, or 3. You could be 1, 2, or 3. So can all of you. Okay. Now, what else did we have? Diamonds can't be the same. So I guess this can't be a 4. So it'd be 5 or higher on that one. Digits and circles do that. We just went through that. Digits and cage, number of cave cells. Okay, including the cell they can see. That's the next one, this 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all cave. Perfect. Now this sees its only cave piece. These have to be wall. This guy is actually touching the edge now because of that. So that's good. This guy has to get over to here, doesn't he? Is there any way that this guy... No. No. Yeah, these two have to connect. Because these are 1s, 2s, and 3s, if we were to try to connect these to something else, well, we now have 4 different circles that have to contain only 3 digits. Same would occur going down here. And if we were to, even if we went down here, then where would this diamond, it would have to connect to something else, but it can't. Yeah, this has to connect. This has to be wall, which means these can't repeat as 1s. This is then just 2 and 3. If that's a 2, this has to be cave. These all have to be cave if this is a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7, 8, or 9 now, because it's going to tell us how many wall pieces we have. I guess this guy has to connect here, and this guy has to connect here, and those will be our wall segments. Because again, like I said, if this guy was to connect up here somehow, this guy wouldn't have anything to get to. Well, I guess it's not necessarily... Does it say it has to have circles? Digits and circles match the number of things chasing. Well, it doesn't. But this guy couldn't connect up here anyway, because then it would still have to connect into these 2, because this guy wouldn't be able to get up to them. And then we'd have the same, but even worse situation. We'd have 1, 2, 3 in 5 different cells where they can't do that. So these guys don't connect here. So that has to separate them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. What about these cages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I guess we can't use 1, 2, 3, or 4 though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 5, 6, or 7. Or yeah, 7 was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 was the most that could see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not putting those in right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all no. Oh, wait. These have to be orthogonally connected. This has to get out. So these all have to be cave. Okay. That means this is at least a 4 at the moment. I don't know if that's massively helpful or not, but I don't want to put that low of a digit in there yet. What else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this can't be 9. Now that it's blocked off, so it can only take on 1 more as a possibility. Do we have any Sudoku already starting to show up here? One of these two is a 2, and it can't be this one. So yes, we do. None of these can be 2s by Sudoku. We already have a 2 in this wall segment, so that's not. This is 2. Okay, let's, this has to also be, and this one as well has to be cave. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're at 5 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we're at right now. All right. And then what are we doing? Let's see. We know this connects in here, but we don't know how it does it. This connects it here, but we don't know how it does it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess it can go up to an 8 here. Yeah. Okay, what else can we then do? Let me go back and look here. Digits in caves match the number of cave cells. Digits in circles match the number of orthogonally adjacent cave cells. No two diamonds are the same. Okay. Let's keep going on the Sudoku then. Maybe there's more to it. Or was it just that little pocket of goodness that we got from that 2? One of those is a 2, but eh. Not much there. What about the 3s? 3s. We can use this wall again. One of these two... Wait. No, I just couldn't put it correctly. One of these two is a 3. Can't be you. It is you. One of these two is a 3. One of these is... No, no, no. One of these two is... Okay. Well, one of these is a 4, which means one of these is a 4. And then one of those is a 4, but that's not really telling us too much, so I don't know if that's going to help us any. What else can we say? We have to be able to connect. Yeah, okay. How do we connect this back to the cave system? It can't go through here because it would segregate this guy. We said these have to be connected because otherwise it would break this puzzle. So it has to go through this gap. So that's cave. This guy... I guess the same concept could be said about here, where this has to get through to here. Yeah, this has to be cave. Because how do we get this big ol' honker to connect back to everything? Now, it could easily go up here and connect to this. But this guy here can't go around this way, because it would block this piece of wall off completely. It has to come through this gap. This is now not a 1. If you would please select what I tell you to select, that'd be nice. Okay. What does that tell us? It means that this guy has to come here as a wall, because otherwise it gets cordoned off. This is either 2 or 3. It's going to depend on if this is wall. This guy, I guess, could be 1, 2, or 3 still. 2, 3s. These are conglomerations of 1s, 2s, and 3s. I guess one of these is a 1. Just means one of these is. One of those two is the 3. What can we say about this? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has to at least be a 6. Can't be a 9. Oh. Well, this... Is that right? Yeah, this can't be part of wall. Because it's a 9. If it's part of a wall and it's a 9, it has to be on the diamond, because the diamond has to be the highest digit. This is not wall, it is cave. And I guess we also know it has to get over this way, because we know that whatever this does, well, actually just has to go up. But this guy has to get out somehow. I guess we don't know where it does it, though, necessarily. It could be connected in one of these 2 spots. Oh, no, it can't connect here, because we said we can't repeat. So if this has to be wall, if it wasn't wall, it would form a 4 cell again, and this would have to be a 4, but that breaks the puzzle. So this does have to be cave, because this guy has to get out. This is the only way it can do it now. Okay, baby steps. Now what about this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It already sees 8, so it's either 8 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, those guys are doing their thing. This has to at least be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The most it could ever go to is 7, because it can't cut this guy off. That's done, that's done, that's just rechecking some things here. 2 or 3, one of those. This is 2 or 3. This already has 1. Okay. Oh, this can't be a 3. Because then these would all be cave. And this guy would be blocked off from getting to you. So this is not 3, which means this is. Good. That gives us a 1-2 pair. So this actually is just a 1-2, not just a 1. And I'm just going to keep punching my mic. One of the few things that actually works the way it's supposed to every time. I shouldn't be punching it. Okay. What does that 3 say? That sees this is a cave. So one of these is going to be the 1, which means it can't see more cave. So it'll always have another wall next to it. The other one will be 2, which has to have another wall next to it as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to connect somewhere. Let's say that was the 6th. Whichever one is the 1 sees one more of, or doesn't see any more cave, so it has to see another wall piece. Yeah, same thing with these. So there is at least this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is not 6. Oh, we have a 7, 8 pair. This is not 7. So this is either 5 or 6, which means this is either 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is the most it could ever do. So this has to be cave, because it can't be wall. It's still the 8 and the 9. So if this is 5, this is 4. If this is 6, this is a 4-5 pair, essentially. Okay. What are you then? Because you can't be, you have to be 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. Well, 5 at least, because we can't repeat. 5, 6 can't be 7 or 8, but it could be 9. Because this could just be some big ol' honker of a wall. And this is the final digit. Okay. Where does the 3 go? Go back to Sudoku here. This is 3. Which means this is 3. Is that going to finish? No, we have an X-wing left on 3s. Can we do anything with our 2s? One of these will be a 2. Oh, actually, this has to be cave. Because it can't be part of this wall, because it's a 3. Which means this has to be wall. This is now the 2, because it sees 2. This is 1. So this has to also be wall, which means this is 2. This one has to be cave to let this get out. These have to connect into the same region like we talked about previously. No matter how these connect up, they have to get through here. Okay. Go back to Sudoku now. It seemed to be doing something for us. One of those. No. This is not 2. One of these is. Oh, this one here, just saw it as I'm looking. That forces this to be 9, by the way, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go back to our Sudoku, though. We have an X-wing on Sudokus, don't we? Yeah, we have a couple of them looking different ways. What about the 3s? No, we said there's an X-wing on 3s. Do we have anything at Forge that we can do? Well, we know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these have to be 4, 5, and 6. This has to be an 8. These are 4, 5, and 6. And this one actually is just done now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. This is the 4. This is the 6. Okay, what are these guys? Well, they're not the 4, so this one is. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. And these are 5 and 6, looks like. There's no repeat there yet. What are these two? 7 and 8. We can just do that. Okay. Making progress. That's always good. I'm gonna go back to my Sudoku real quick. Because we got a little bit more information. Not a whole lot. One of these is a 4. Okay, not much else there. We only have 1 5. Only a couple of 6s. 7's not really. One of these two is an 8. Okay. And then 9s, I don't know that we have anything to really work with there. Okay, what else then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that one's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It could still be. Well, actually, this is fairly reduced because of what looks at it. So it could be 5, 6, or oh no, not that. See, it's just 5 or 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, it could go a 9 as well. So 5, 6, or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't like that one as much though. 2, 1, 3, 5, 6, or 9. Okay. What's next? We need a 4 on this thing somewhere, so one of these two will be a 4. Is that helpful? We also need a 5 and a 6. Possibly a 7. I don't think we can necessarily say what those are. All right. What now? Where's the next step? Because I think we've used all of these guys. I don't know if we can figure out what this guy does just yet. Did we have... Oh, the 7 here says this is 8. We can't repeat the diamonds. Okay, so this is part of this wall. Because we need both the 5 and the 6, and these have to be a 4 and a 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What are these 3 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. This can't be 9 or 6, so it's 5. This now has to be 6. This has to be 9. This can't be 6. Okay. That gave us a couple extra digits. Can we do anything with them? What are you guys? 1, 4, 6, and 7. Oh, these are not 6. This is the 6. And one of these is a 1. So this is 2 and 1. Which means this is 3. Which means now this is 1. Okay, there's a little more. One of those. One of these is a 1. I don't know that we can or say this isn't a 1, but this 3 says this is part of that. Okay, I got sidetracked there. Let's go back on it. One of these 2 will be 1s. And one of these was, we said one of these is 1, I just didn't mark it. This is not 1. Because all of these are out. This is 1, which means this is 4, which means this is 8. These are a 1, 7, so this is 4 and 7. You're not 7. You're not 8. This has to see 4. Guess there's a ton of ways it could do that. This has, because it's a 1, and every wall has a 1, this has to be cave. I don't know if we can connect these necessarily. All right, let's go back to Sudoku. Because I think I've used, the only thing I haven't used is that only one of these can be cave at this point. We still have the X-wing on 1s. This is not a 6. This is not a 4, by the way. Let's keep trying on this thing. We still have our X-wing on 2s. This guy here is cave. He's surrounded. This guy is cave. He's surrounded. 1, 2, 3, 4. These can't. These are wall. This has to get into wall. So we now know that this guy, well, do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we make any determination of that? Well, we know this is a 9, first off. I guess we know there's no way this could be wall. Because we are 8 wall there. So there would have to be some cave up in here, and then it can't get out. So this is cave, and it has to get out. This has to be cave. There's some grouping here that we're going to be able to figure out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's only 2 more pieces of wall. We have to figure out which one is which. Okay, where does a 4 go in this wall? Because we have to get every single digit. Well, these are both out. This is the only place we could, because you can't put a 4 in any of these positions. So this is the only place a 4 can go, and it has to be wall. This now has 8 bits to it. We get 1 more to go. Do we have more we can do with our Sudoku? We're just going to keep going back and forth on this until we get it done. I feel like we're almost there, though. Oh, the 3 we could finish now. So those are done. What about the 4s? We should be good there. Yeah, this is 4. This is 4, 5, 6. 4s are done. 5s are... Well, let's just do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. What are these guys? 2 and 6. Let's put those in. What are you guys? 7 and 9. 7, 9. Okay, let's go back to it. 4s we said we're done now. Right? Yeah, 5s. What are you? 5 and 9. We can just do these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 9 and 7. That 8, 9 says this is 7, 9, 8. Wait, nope, I've screwed something up. How did I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is broken. How the hell? This is not an 8, 9 pair. How did I get that in there? Go away. I'm being really stupid. This is a 5, 9 pair. Did I say 5, 9? And I fat-fingered an 8 in there. It's very possible. Okay. I thought I messed this up. 8 and 7. This is 8, 9, 7. This is 6 and 5. Now that works. Goodness gracious. This has to be the 5 and the 9. This is a 1, 7 pair, so this is the 1, 7, 1. The 7 here says this is 9 and 7. What is this one here? It's just given 6, which is going to tell us the 2 and the 6. What are these two? 5 and 9. We can put those in. Okay, I think we're pretty much there. This is a 2. This has to be cave, because we've already used our 3, which means this is cave, and this is cave. Now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is wall. Oh boy, we got there. I think. Hopefully nothing else screws up here. 5, 7, and 8. You're not 7, you're not 5, you're not 8. What are you two? 5, 6, and 9. 9 and 6. Oh, we can also just use this here to do this one. 7, 5, 8. Now, before we finish this off, I'm going to just make sure we have everything right. That's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 1, 2, 3. We said that one was a 9 already. This one we knew is done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We said 7 on this one. We're good. That 6 was good. The 9 is good. Okay, perfect. Wow. Well, we got through it a little bit faster than the last one. I think it might be slightly easier too, if I dare to say so. What are you? 1, 2, 3. This is an 8, and this has to be a 5. It didn't tell me I was correct. So I've screwed something up. No, it was, again, it was a fat finger. This was 9. This was 6. Goodness gracious. 7, 5, 8. 7, 8, 5. There we go. Again, little fat finger typo. We got there. 2000. I think this was slightly less than the previous one, if I remember correctly, but it's still way up there. So as another about 35 to 40 minute solve for this one, kind of similar to the last one. Not as much math, but a lot more counting. But that was a really fun puzzle yet again. Of course, I expect them all to be. Glad to get through it. I always get a little bit nervous, I guess, when we get a 3 or a 4-star puzzle where you're thinking like, am I going to be able to figure it out or not? But this one really seemed to work quite well. I didn't see any major snags or any major stumbles. It was just kind of trying to find the next place to go. So anyway, very fun puzzle. It looks like, well, I don't know if they're out of the cave yet. I would assume they will be, but that was the Goblin Cave, all said and done now for our journey. So hope you all enjoyed that one. Like always, hit the like, comment, subscribe, buy some merch, donate, join, do everything you possibly can to help this channel. I will take everything you can do because YouTube these days is cracking down on giving out money. It seems like the ads are getting much less profitable. Not that they were profitable to begin with. So anyway, anything you guys can do, I appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a great one.